there have been some comments that the plans of this stadium have been changed, and our finally planned, and I want to take this occasion to present it to the City Council.
We accept this with great pleasure, and I would simply remind you that you've got about 12 million bucks in this damn thing. So if that's what you want to play in, that's all right, because you're going to play in it.
Are you sure about that? Standpoint, we're certainly excited about our new stadium and the opportunity to move to Irving, and we've had a little difficulty bringing the world title to Dallas, so maybe we can bring it to Irving. This is what we'll try to do. Very progressive mayor of the city of Dallas used to say, "Let's start the dirt flying."
Oh, I think so. Other districts are spending less money. Now, why they are, I don't know. It may be that we're asking for, perhaps we're putting specifications in for certain materials, for instance, that was fine back in the 40s. But today, with modern technology and modern building methods and modern building materials, we may not need at all what we've been providing. And certainly, we haven't been giving our buildings very much flexibility. Every time we have to go in and enlarge a cafeteria or knock out a wall, it costs a fortune, and it costs the taxpayers a fortune. For instance, we approved an addition just lately in which it cost over $100,000 to widen the lunchroom 13 feet. Now, I think in the future, if we build buildings with more flexibility, for instance, we use no load-bearing walls so that we can move a wall if we need it 15 feet, then we're not hung in the future for this tremendous, staggering sums of money that it costs to remodel the type of buildings that we're using.
Could you hazard a guess as to when we could see a new building, a really new building, take shape in the Dallas school system?
I think that the next new school, completely new facility that we build, is going to reflect exactly what I'm talking about today.
Is there a danger that the board could continue to talk about this and feel it needs to study it and perhaps not ever get around to it?
Yeah, that's always a big danger. You know, the worst thing you can do is say, well, let's appoint a committee and we'll study that for about 2 years and then we'll finally come back with an answer. No, I think the majority of this board and the administration is dedicated to this very point, to being sure that we provide school buildings that meet the needs and that don't get in the way of what we're trying to do, and that's help the child learn. Well, actually, Teal, I think we're putting the cart before the horse in the buildings that we've been building all along for a number of years and the buildings that we're building now. We're starting out to build our buildings with very detailed architectural specifications. Each classroom is going to be so many feet by so many feet, et cetera, et cetera. And then we're taking our scholastic program, our educational program, and attempting to force it into that particular building. What we really need to do, it seems to me, is go back to the basic fundamental of the question and decide what we're going to do actually in that building now and what we may be doing 10, 15, 20 years from now, providing the architect with detailed, not building specifications, but educational specifications, letting him know what we're doing here again and what we may do, then letting the architect use his own good judgment, his sense of imagination, his initiative, his creativity to give us a building that not only doesn't get in our way, but a building that actually helps us carry on this business of learning, which is really what the whole thing's all about.
Do we have a current, up-to-date, modern, progressive set of educational specifications to give an architect?
Not today. We sure don't. It's being worked on. I think that the administration right now is deeply involved in trying to arrive at these educational specifications. And it's not a simple matter, and it's not done overnight. It takes time. But Other districts are doing it. It's being done all over the United States. The educators are realizing that this is where you have to start. You have to start with these, it's a long term, but educational specifications.
Days, we will be increasing from 3 open hearth furnaces to 4 open hearth furnaces making steel. We are able to continue satisfying our customers.
Are you aware of what effect this strike has had on the economy of the communities around?
Yes, I can refer to our publicity here a few weeks ago. I think at the 90-day period of the strike, which was really just a week ago, we said that the community had lost approximately $9 million in payroll.